Hello and welcome to episode 12 of the Sportflex podcast, The Journey. And I'm happily joined by Cambridge midfielder Hiram Boateng. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, bro. I'm all right, man. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Blessed, healthy, and COVID. So just happy to
Yeah,
be good in that. How are you? Like, how's the injury? Because you're injured at the moment. So how's that? How frustrating has that been so far?
yeah. You know what? I think it's been quite challenging at times. Um, See, it's not something that I haven't been through before in terms of being injured, but where it was a shoulder dislocation, it's a bit of a different injury. Like my legs are still able to function properly, but
Mm,
you can't go outside because you need to protect your shoulder and make sure it's healed properly. So it's been a different type of injury process, but yeah, I'm getting through it, and hopefully not long left. Like be back playing in a couple of weeks. I'm hoping.
yeah. How did it actually happen? Was it just an innocuous challenge or just, did someone could have done better than challenging you like that? Was it just natural, just happened, unfortunately.
You know what? It was actually the first game with fans back at the
Oh,
stadium, so everyone's gassed. We're all like everyone, you could tell like the atmosphere was different, and it was only
mm.
what 2,000 fans, but the atmosphere was just it lifted everyone. So me, I'm here wanting to run everywhere and enjoy it because now even my parents and one of my brothers were coming to the game as
I
well.
swear.
So and I was having quite a good game. And then literally I think I played a 1-2 with someone, and another player just went sliding in, like I didn't see it coming, sliding in, landed awkwardly, and was just next thing you know, I've got someone in my ear telling me, get up, get up. I'm like, get up, how am I getting up?
The man there, "Oh, come on, man." Wait, did the ref
Yeah,
blow for a free kick?
someone's like, H, get up, lad. I'm like, nah, it's not the time, man. Like literally my arm felt stuck.
Mm.
And then yeah, the physio and doc came on and obviously sorted me out, helped me put my shoulder back in. So
Mm. And just speaking on that with fans, how big is the difference playing with and without fans?
yeah, it's massive. I think there's without fans, there's just no atmosphere. You kind of have to all get yourselves up for it. You have to do that anyway in the change room, but I'm talking on the pitch in terms of concentration levels. Like it's sort of like you're playing for something, but in a way, it's like almost like pre-season
Mm.
when you kind of need to all get yourself. You got to gas up all the other players and just you know like remind each other that there's something at stake for the game. So
Yeah.
it's very very different, and for me, I kind of can't wait until fans are back because it does actually make a difference, especially for your home games, and
Yeah.
it gives you an advantage.
Yeah, it's tough, man. Being a fan and being at home, like it's not nice at all. Even the big games, you're thinking, rah, like there's no fans. It just removes the whole like hostility of it, and it makes it more
Yeah,
difficult as well. But for players,
yeah,
like when you can hear your manager, because sometimes you're like, I can't hear your manager, like you're trying to air him out, but you can hear him properly now when he's he say, chat back, do this, do that.
yeah, yeah. There's no acting like you can't hear. You
Mm.
literally have to. You literally can pick up everything that's said on the pitch. So, it does change it. It can help in a way because think about it. If you're for me, for example, if my one of the defenders behind me is giving me information,
Yeah.
and on another day I might not hear it if there's fans there, but
Mm.
it kind of allows you to understand what people are saying a bit clearer.
Mm. I hear that, but also with the whole lockdown, how difficult was it when we were first put into lockdown until now, when you were allowed to go to training and you wasn't? How was that process? How did you keep fit in a sense?
Um, yeah, it was a madness really because we had a weekend off. We had no game at MK
Mm.
last season, and then we were off that weekend anyway. And then I think after that weekend, it just kept getting extended and extended and extended. So we didn't like a lot of people were optimistic, thinking, okay, we might be back. But it got to a point where I was like, we're looking at it thinking, when are we really going to be back?
Yeah.
And it was quite tough, but I think everyone was going through it together. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Um, Everyone was facing different challenges, whether it be a player, whether it be my own family members, or. So it was challenging. And then the good thing for me is my brother also plays football as well. So I had someone to kind of do my running with,
Yeah, that's
to
good.
to work out with. He was in with the first team quite a bit, so he wasn't always available, but
Mm.
a lot of the time I was able to work with someone, So it definitely helped for me. But yeah, and then I guess another positive was that you could kind of like pick up other things and start to delve into other things. So you're not just okay, everything's football, football, football.
Yeah,
I started learning about a few other bits and pieces, which was also good.
yeah. What did you get into? Because me, I got into this podcasting through lockdown. You know what I mean? What did you do?
Yeah, it was a case of just like having conversations with people and like digging a bit deeper into people, because I think when you play football, a lot of time it's always, the questions are always asked to you. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like a lot of the time you don't maybe stop and think, okay, what's this person doing? What can I learn off that person outside of the game? So yeah, like a lot of people were doing, I was learning a bit about stocks and shares,
Rah.
just setting myself up, trying to set myself up so in the future I'm kind of in a better position. Just a bit more about property, which I've always been quite interested in.
That's
So yeah, it's been a good kind of time of reflection and just understanding the kind of things I want to branch into as I'm getting older.
Bitcoin and that. You know all about that. The game.
Nah, nah, no, I haven't. I haven't touched that. I haven't touched that one yet. But yeah, I think it's good to kind of be open minded to and willing to learn certain things, because
100%.
not everything's going to be for you. But I think if you're willing to listen and just get an understanding, then you can make your decision on what you want to do. So
Yeah, 100. That's good, man. Because you had a lot of time, and it's like instead of just doing Netflix and then playing P4, P5, like doing
yeah,
something constructive is like good, and it's good to see that you've been doing stocks and shares and other things.
yeah, definitely.
But anyway, let's go back to when you was a young kid growing up. You're from Wandsworth, innit? South London.
Yeah, yeah. I was born in Wandsworth Borough,
Mm.
Battersea.
But yeah, okay, okay. Not
Yeah.
too south, but we will allow you in it. We'll allow you in it. Very
You're trying to
south.
disown me.
Yeah, like Battersea, that's Clapham. That's a bit. It's a bit too southwest, but you know what I mean. But I respect it. You're South London. But how was your upbringing, like growing up as a child? Like, how was it?
Yeah, see, I had me and my three brothers growing up in the house. Um, so yeah, it was obviously, as you could imagine, there was a lot going on. There was a lot of
Mm.
fighting between us, a lot of good times as well. And I just remember, like, in terms of my childhood, just everything just revolved around football, to be honest.
Mm.
Um, just like playing on my estate. I had a sports center downstairs from my block where I lived, and I used to be in there like all the time, just playing football. And to be fair, in ways, it's like I'm kind of lucky and happy that I had that kind of childhood, because a lot of people maybe don't have that coming from different areas. They don't get to
Yeah.
play out, and they don't get to, do you know what I mean? When your friend knocks for you and you're just
Mm.
out getting up to stuff. So yeah, my childhood was definitely an enjoyable one, I would say.
Because you're lucky. Because on my block, they have that no ball games allowed sign. You know what
Oh,
I
we all
mean?
had that. We all
Yeah,
had that. When you see that sign and it's just spray painted over. So,
literally,
so yeah,
bro.
we my estate was definitely one of those estates that said that, but it was great times, because obviously we didn't not everyone had a lot growing up there, and
Mm.
we just kind of made do with the basics, and with the kind of the bare minimums we had. So we would like uh we created a game called benches, where like you'd be in some square,
Mm-hmm.
and there's like one person's goal is a bench, one person's goal is a wall, and it's just like one big arena,
Yeah,
and you'll be playing, and then the rules will be, I don't know, you're only allowed to take two touches, and you have like two lives, and when your lives are gone, you're out. So
them
stuff like
fun
that was
games.
fun. Like we got
Yeah.
inventive.
Like 66 and all of that. Did you play
Yeah,
66?
all of that.
Yeah. But also growing up, who were like your heroes watching ball? Like you was inspired by.
My heroes watching ball.
from that early?
I think. See, I was a Man United fan growing up, so it was really, it was anyone that had a Man United shirt, like anyone that was playing for Man United at the time. I kind of molded my game. I tried to mold my game on players like Ryan Giggs because he was left-footed. So when I was younger, I used to be a tricky winger until I lost my pace.
Them
And
ones.
players like Paul Scholes, but then there was also, although Man United and Arsenal had a big rivalry, I think there was a big thing of like a lot of people wanted to be like Thierry Henry.
Oh, everyone did.
And I think what the motivation there was the fact that like there's people that look like me that have made it at the highest level.
Yeah.
So people like that, people like Ronaldinho, all of those kind of players, and it's not necessarily a case of I was trying to mold my game the same way, but I think it was a case of knowing that there was hope of becoming a professional player, knowing that there was people that looked how I did and actually get there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
So from that, how did you start playing for did you play for a proper team at school from that primary school, or was it you went to secondary school, you played for your school team? That's how you really started to get into proper football.
So when I was really young, I think like I said at the start or earlier on, I had a sports center downstairs from my house, and there was a guy called Sonny who used to do a lot of scouting, like an older guy. I used to do a lot of scouting for players in my area. So he got me into that team. So the sports center had a team called Bats Youth Center. And I started playing for them, I think for the age group above, and then eventually ended up going for a trial at Palace with the age group above as well. And then I think I played a few games with them, and then they said they were going to sign me and I would join up with my age group the next season. So from the age of I think 8 years old, I was at Palace. So it wasn't really through playing school football or anything like that where I kind of got my opportunity. It was more from just like my estate starting at that team and then getting a chance to go and have a trial at Palace.
Well, that's crazy. Like you got in it from young, like 8 years old. Like how good are people at 8 years old? Like what were you doing? Like just busting up everyone.
I don't know. You'd probably have to ask my dad. He used to film my games back when you were allowed to film football matches. But yeah, I don't know. Like I'd probably say I had something, at the time. Like I was playing in a age group above my own, and felt as though I was one of the better players. So I kind of had confidence in myself every time I was going to play, and wasn't scared to do things on the pitch. And then I just think it was a case of me believing in myself. I know you're there to enjoy it at the time, but I always just thought when I got my trial there, I thought this is where I'm meant to be, sort of thing. I was playing and I was doing the things that the other players were doing, so I thought, why can't I be playing at an academy?
Yeah. And then when you go through your school and get secondary school, are you now getting clout because Hiram plays for Palace, you have to respect him and that, or you're having
what? I think yes, in a way, I think it was more so like family and a lot of family members when I was younger, like in primary school and stuff, and then going to secondary school is, oh, don't forget me when you make it,
Yeah,
I'm gonna be your agent when you sign pro and stuff like that. And it's lighthearted and it's funny, like it's just a bit of banter. And then in school, I think there was two of us that played in academy. There was another guy in my year who played for Spurs called Nathan Adua. So kind of we both kind of had an understanding, and we would come in and talk about the results, maybe the games that we played on the weekend, and you have someone who you can who understands what you're doing on the weekend when a lot of people maybe aren't doing the same thing as us. Do you know what I mean?
Relate.
can't really relate. And then as for, I never played for my school team. I played like 2 games, I think.
Is it? How come?
My school team, because growing up, I think when I hit year 7, I remember I wanted to play in a game. My dad was like to me, "Nah, you're not playing." African parents sometimes they got when they have their idea of what's right or wrong. You can't change it.
Mm,
So I think he didn't want me to play, but his reason was he thought if you get injured in one of these games,
very true. Yeah.
you're like what like you don't know what could happen. You don't know how it could maybe deter you from doing well in your career. And his thing was just like if it's not Crystal Palace, you're not doing it.
Mm,
Um, and in ways it maybe protected me.
100, yeah.
And in ways it might have taken a bit of enjoyment away because everything is regimented. You know what I mean? From in
Yeah.
that system from like I said, 8 years old. Um, and you might maybe lose a bit of freedom and a bit of uh freedom in your playing style, because
Mm.
school football you do whatever you want.
Yeah, especially if
Um,
you're academy players.
yeah, this you know what I mean. But then I think when I got to probably about I think I got to maybe year 10 or something like that. And then I played a couple of games, but it was hard work, man. The team wasn't really cutting it. So, so yeah, I played like my 2 games and retired.
So you're retired, boy.
Yeah,
They weren't good.
retired. I was saying it's my knee.
No one's there. It's like I'm not involved.
Yeah, but yeah, I think probably it was the right decision, just kind of focusing because
Mm,
in my younger days, obviously, or in my uh like prior to scholar days,
yeah.
I was doing quite well at Crystal Palace. So
Mm.
yeah, it probably wasn't the wrong decision.
Yeah, that's true. And then when you get to the ages of like 15, 16, it's time for A levels. You got to pick that. You're kind of looking forward to like, am I going to go to university sort of thing? You're having a conversation with your parents. When you spoke to your parents about your future, was it always a thing of, I'm playing ball? Or was it like your mum or dad are saying, no, listen, you know what I mean? Doctor, lawyer, that's dead. That's what you're going to do for the next 25 years. Like that.
Hmm. Um, Now my parents were always supportive of me playing football because I don't know. I think maybe partly because my dad loves football so much.
Mm.
I grew up in a household like literally everyone supports the team. Even we ended up getting my mum to support a team. She supports Motherwell because it's got the word
What is it?
mother in it. So so yeah, literally my parents have been supportive all the way through. Like I'm talking from the jump, like the age of 8, 9.
Mm.
I'm going to church and leaving church early to go to my match. You know what I
Serious.
mean? So, and it shows the commitment levels that they were kind of willing to go through because a lot of parents maybe have what you said and they kind of have they want to kind of live their dream through you of becoming a lawyer or a doctor or something like that. But
Mm.
yeah, I'd never really had to have them kind of conversations. I knew that I had to get my GCSEs done with try and get best grades possible, and then it was time to focus on football.
Mm. So at the age of what age is it do you sign your scholar? So like when you go to like 17, 18, them like college times,
Yeah.
you're like at Palace, I guess, in like a certain school where you train for like most of the time and then you're studying for like a couple hours a day.
So yeah, I didn't go to that school. I didn't go. So Palace, uh, there was a school called I think it was
Yeah,
Oasis.
Oasis,
I
yes,
should
Oasis.
know it. 'Cause my brother went to it as well. But I didn't go to that school because they hadn't started it yet.
Oh,
They
okay.
started it, I think, for the year below me. So like Jacob's year.
Yeah.
And so I went to a school in Chelsea called St. Thomas More.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
so I had to kind of like I think getting to the ages of like 15, 16, you'd start having day release, and then I'd have to leave school, get the train to Beckenham, and then you go and train with the under 18s,
Yeah.
which was good. And then it got to a stage where it was like they wanted me to come 2 days a week, and then we was having conversations about maybe going to another school, going to Whitgift because
Yeah.
Palace had like a connection there.
Mm.
And like went to the school, had a look, and like almost like thought I was almost going to be going, but then it just I think me and my parents we had a discussion, and it was just a bit too far to travel there from home from Battersea to there every day, and I
Yeah.
didn't end up doing it. But yeah, we just kind of so around that time it was more of just of a day release thing and just training like once a week, twice a week.
Okay, cool. And at these times, who was at Palace with you? Because you were like one of the most highly rated ballers at there. So, but who else was there at the time?
Um, at the time, there was quite a lot of good players. There was Reece Alasani,
Yeah,
who I'm
acknowledge
quite
now.
close with still. Obviously Jacob, Berkeley. He has Sule Kaikai,
Solid, yeah. Blackpool
who's
now, isn't it?
doing quite well. Um, Ryan Innes come through there through the academy from quite young. Who else? There was a, and to be fair, there was that age group of a couple years above who I played a lot with, like Kyle De Silva,
Yeah.
Johnny Williams. There was quite a lot of good talent at the club, obviously coming through the academy, and then obviously you
Yeah.
have the guys who have kind of made it to the highest level, like Wilf and
1%.
Aaron, as well. So yeah, there was a lot of good talent at the club.
And also, when you're there, are the coaches, because being a highly rated youngster, like even the fans are knowing you from 18, 19, are they telling you like you got to do this to get to the first team? Are they creating a pathway for you in that sense?
As do you mean the club?
The coaches, in a sense, are they telling you what you need to do to get to that level? Are you provided with an opportunity to like train with the first team sometimes?
Yeah, there was chances. There was always chances to train with the first team and kind of show what you can do. Obviously, you knew if you went over there, you really had to like up your game and up your level
Mm.
because the standard would go up. The pressure was the pressure was always high when you were over there. I've got so some moments there that I really enjoyed and some moments there that I would love to forget. Because when you're a young boy coming over sometimes, um
Mm.
it can be daunting at times, when the spotlight is on you, especially.
Yeah,
So yeah, there was chances, but I think a big issue at the club was that there was a when we got promoted, or when the team got promoted to the Premier League,
yeah,
there was a turnaround in managers. So as
yeah.
a pro, from the age of, let's say, 17 until 21, I think I had about seven different managers. So it's
Really?
like you impress one person,
Yeah,
then he's gone. Then someone else might not like you, but he's gone. So then it's good. And
yeah.
then and then you know what I mean. So it's just like that made it quite difficult, I'd say.
Yeah, because like as you're saying, like someone might like you, boom, everyone come with a fresh, clean slate, and it's
Mhm.
much more difficult to impress the managers. And at these times where are you traveling with the first team to like preseason tours where like youngsters get an opportunity to play or like cup games in the squad?
Yeah. So I think 17 was my first tour. The first time went to Portugal,
Jeez.
which was a good experience. It was a good experience. I think that might have been the first season they got promoted. The season they got promoted, and that was quite good. It was a good learning curve, and understanding what it was like to be around the first team players for a longer period of time,
Yeah,
just seeing how they maneuver, seeing how they act, what things they do before training, after training, and trying to pick up those little things to try and help myself in my career. Um, and then yeah, there was also opportunities like in some cup game. I think my debut was in a cup game. So there was some opportunities handed out, and I was one of the ones that was lucky enough to kind of get the chance.
yeah. And when you made your debut, I think it was at Stoke away in the cup, if I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, how did it feel like playing like proper first team men's competitive ball to playing
Mhm.
under 18s, under 23s? How big is the step up?
You know what? It's a weird feeling because I think before the game, the noise is just crazy. You
Yeah,
know, obviously, I think Stoke were a Premier League side at the time as well, so
yeah,
it was it wouldn't have been an empty stadium. So
yeah,
the noise was kind of what was getting to me at the start, and like I couldn't really hear what people were saying. People
mm,
shouting, and like, normally they're loud. And I'm thinking, oh, why are you sounding so quiet? Like, speak up.
yeah,
But yeah, and I think probably the start of the game, you kind of have a bit of butterflies,
mm,
like a little bit nervous. But then as soon as the whistle went, and I kind of got my first couple of touches, and I didn't lose the ball, I settled into it.
yeah,
There is a difference. I think you got to move the ball quick, like a bit quicker. But I think when you're playing in these games, like you realize that everyone's human, sort of thing. You
yeah,
know, like just because it's now a game against a better team or against men, it doesn't mean you can't. Once you've settled into it, you can't dribble past someone or get past someone, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the more good things you do in those kind of games, then the more confidence you build, and then you can just settle into it a bit.
Yeah. So as you make your debut, are you now thinking, and you've played all right, you played a decent game, and I think the times you were given an opportunity, you played all right. So are you now like not questioning, but are you thinking, am I going to get more playing time opportunities? Because I'm guessing the reason why you go on loan is to get playing opportunities. Do you think that was limited
Mm-hmm.
while you was at Palace?
Yeah, I always kind of felt as though I'm getting an opportunity here, but then there was no real follow-up opportunity. You
Yeah.
know, it was a case of you play, there's a lot of injuries in the team, maybe you play, you get a
Mm.
chance. And, you know, after that, there wasn't like, okay, you're now integrated. Literally all the 3 games I played for Palace, it was the same each time in terms of I played and then I'm out on loan within the next couple of months, you know?
Yeah.
So that was quite frustrating for me. But I also knew that the main the aim was to get into Palace's first team.
Yeah.
But what I also knew was important was I need to build a career so that if it doesn't go to plan here, I at least can go to another club and I've played some games, I've got some experience. So that's not going to be the 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 card someone's going to play when I'm out here looking for a club. You know.
Mm. So you talk about your first loan spell, which was at, is it Plymouth? Plymouth on loan?
Yeah. No, my first loan was actually Crawley,
Oh, Crawley,
but
huh?
yeah, I went to Crawley when I was 17. Um, I think they were in League One at the time, and I went, and those times there you could do like 2 month loans. You could
Uh-huh.
do like a month loan. So I
Yeah.
signed a month. I think I played. I think I played 45 minutes
Oh, so
in that whole month. 45 minutes. There were loads of games as well. Like I think the first 5 games got called off because of bad pitch.
swear.
And then after that, there was loads of games like back to back. Played like 45 minutes. So I'm here thinking, what's going on here? But I don't know why in the end, but I extended it. I extended it for another month because
Mm.
the manager at the time said, "Yeah, you're gonna play some games." Didn't play, and I was like, "Nah, I can't stay here, man." Ended up
Violating.
going back to Alice. But yeah, that was actually my first loan. So my first league game was in that loan.
Yeah. So Crawley Town, they've done a mad thing. They ain't played you, but then you go to Plymouth and you play quite a few games. I think you went there for the half of the end of the season.
Yeah. So I went there at the start of the season to begin with,
Yeah.
and then had an injury like in about November, which kept me out till January. And then I re-signed on loan there again in March of that season,
Yeah.
and obviously had the promotion, well, had the push for promotion.
Yeah.
Um, Obviously lost at Wembley, which was
Yeah. To
unfortunate, but
AFC.
things happen, man.
Yeah. But just speak about your time at Plymouth. Like, how was it? Like, did the fans like you? And speak about that game against the semi-final against Portsmouth, like the last minute thing, the scenes at the end.
Yeah, do you know what? It's mad because I haven't even thought about that game that much over. I feel like you don't dwell on a lot of things in football. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe these are things when I watch them back, like later on or end of my career, then I'll be like, wow, that was actually a mad moment. But yeah, the loan was really good. I enjoyed my time there, and it was different because you're going somewhere and you're getting treated as a first team player. You
Mm.
know, you're getting there's maybe players who are the same age or younger that have come through the academy and maybe not got the same respect that I had because I've come and I'm actually playing games. I think
Yeah.
that's why I highlight the importance of playing. But yeah, it was a really good spell, and obviously that semi final was crazy, like a crazy way to to get through to the final. It
Mm.
was it was actually when I think about it, that game and that next couple of days was crazy. I think we were probably a bit too
Excited.
gassed about the win, too excited, and that, and not just that, but I think going into the final, there was a lot of
Pressure.
emotions attached to. Do you know what I mean? I think we
Yeah.
they must have put a video together for us of everyone's family, like wishing good, like everyone's family and friends, and there's people crying in the room,
Swear.
like emotions are running high. I'm like, yo, nah, this is too much, man.
Yeah.
This is too much. So anyway, like for me, obviously there's different tactics to get people going, and really there's no reason why that shouldn't spur you on to go and play well. But maybe the occasion got amped up too much for us to go and perform.
Yeah. I know it was like a difficult loss to take, but just speak about, that's the pinnacle for I think every footballer in the country to play at Wembley, and you played in a finals over a big game. Like, how was that moment? Because you're young, and how old were you? Like 22, 23 these times?
At the time,
Yeah.
I think I was 20, you know.
You're 20.
I was
20.
20 at the time.
Starting at Wembley for like Plymouth, a big seat. I think it's the biggest seat to never play in the Premier League. They've got that mad statistic. Like, how was that? Just like walking on Wembley, seeing the whole end packed out as well.
It was it was a madness. It was actually a madness because there was like 60,000 or something like that at that game. And to think, obviously, I was on loan to League, that was League Two. So on a weekly basis, Plymouth has a good fan base. So sometimes it was like, I don't know, like 7,000 maybe, around that kind of, do you know what I mean? So to play in front of that amount of people was a crazy experience. And yeah, like it's a moment that it's a game that I'd love to remember, but at the same time I wouldn't forget it because of the result. Like it wasn't a game where I feel like I played my best football as a team. I don't think we played well. So yeah, it was pretty frustrating. It was a bit of a pill to swallow. So yeah, man, there's some good things and bad things to take from it. But yeah, obviously it is definitely a thing that a lot of people want to do, and I'm definitely happy that I got to grace the pitch on that day.
And then when you've like had your loan, you had a good loan at Plymouth, you go back to Palace. What are the Palace coaches saying? Are they saying to you, we're impressed with you, we want to bring you to another preseason tour for the cup games, want you to be in the squad, or is it a thing of go and do it again, go on loan again, do what you've done?
Well, yeah, I went away with the first team. I don't remember where we actually went. I think it might have been America. Yeah, I think it was we went America. We went Austria. Oh, Austria. That one there gives me some chills,
Wow,
But yeah, that was with Tony Pulis. We went Austria, and then afterwards we went to America. And obviously I'm working hard. I tried to make sure I came back fit and ready to kind of be with the first team and stuff. And these times now, this is I think a year after being in the Prem, or a couple of years or so. Yeah, maybe like 2 years or so. Yeah. So we're still signing players. Players are coming in, and they're building the team. To be honest, they're building the team. So I feel like at that time the focus was more so on building the team as opposed to let's try and get a young player in.
Like staying up.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
staying up. So I think that was probably the main priority at the time, and you kind of felt that getting to the later stages of preseason, you start maybe getting phased back into the 23s come the end of it, and then you get told, okay, it looks like there's not really going to be a chance at this point in time. Go out and get some more experience. I wasn't angry at it at the end of the day. I knew. I thought to myself, let me go out there, play some more football, prove that I'm good enough to kind of come back and play. And that's kind of what I ended up going to do, just go and get more football.
Yeah. And also at the time, this might be a bit of a cheeky question, but are you looking at some players in any squad you've played and you thought, like, why aren't I in the squad? Like, you believe in yourself, you're clearly better than this person, you've got the ability, but it's just that, why aren't I playing? Is it because it's favoritism? Is it experience? Because like some of these old managers, they always big up experience. He's done it before, but if that person's better, just have that person.
Yeah. No, I think you have to back yourself in it. Like, at the end of the day, like, you can't be walking around thinking everyone's better than you. Like if you believe it, you're gonna be able to kind of have more confidence in your play, confidence in what you're doing, confidence when you're around them, you know, because
Yeah.
I think they can sniff out someone who's not confident, you
Mm.
know. So I'd go over like when I'd go over the first team, I'd make sure I talk to everyone, say hello to everyone, or good morning.
Mm.
If someone's bantering me, I'll banter them back. Like that's kind of what you have to do. Otherwise, you end up going in your shell, and you know when things aren't going the best, then I don't know, your personality don't shine through, or you
Yeah.
know. So I would say I would say at times um in my career at Palace, I did feel like I should have maybe had a chance, or there was players that I feel like I was better than.
Mm.
But a lot of it comes down to either one, maybe I wasn't ready, or two, I think sometimes managers look at senior players and think, I don't want to upset him. I
Yeah.
don't want him kicking a fast, because there was probably a couple of managers who actually maybe put me on the bench ahead of a senior player, but a lot of them didn't do it. And I feel like some of it comes down to just not wanting to upset the player,
Mm.
or wind them up. So,
Yeah.
you
There's a
know,
lot of politics in football, in it. That's
yeah,
difficult to understand.
there is, but I think the main thing though that you need to do is take accountability for what you're doing, you know, because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, if you're lighting it up and you're star man, you're doing everything right, I think at some point you're gonna show that you're better, or you're gonna be able to stake your claim in a team, you know.
Yeah.
I think that's the main thing you have to do, like as a player or in whatever you're doing. Just, you have to look at yourself in the mirror and take accountability for what you're doing.
Mm. And then just before you left Palace, you went back on loan to Plymouth and then Bristol Rovers and Northampton. Like when you're going on loan, are you picking which clubs you get to go to, or is it a thing of like the club picks?
um, at the start, it was like at the start, I would say I wasn't picking. Like my first loan, I just got told you're going Crawley. Didn't have an agent at the time.
Bruh.
Just went.
Yeah.
Um, the second one, the one to Plymouth, I got told by the manager at the time. I think it was Alan Pardry. He said you're going Plymouth.
Mm.
Um, Spoke to my agent. Like, yeah, it's been set up, and it ended up going. I think that same day or the day after. But I think I knew a few people that had been at Plymouth as well, so I spoke to a few people prior to like going and agreeing to it and stuff. You know, everyone had good things to say about the place. And then my next two were picked, I'd say, by me and the people I was working with at the time, because that was more so when I was getting to a stage where the club was trying to push me out a bit. So
Oh,
I'm
like
looking at
Crawley.
clubs that might be potential. Yeah, I'm looking at clubs that might be potential suitors for a
Mm.
permanent at this time. So that loan to Bristol Rovers, for example, was a case of it might materialize into something later on, you know.
Yeah.
Obviously it didn't, but yeah, that was more. It had to be a bit more strategic at that point.
Yeah. And as you're going on loan, are you easily settling into like the new city, there's new people, like you got find a new place to live? I don't know if you have any like girlfriend or partner, for example. Like, how is that for like family as well? Are you taking that into consideration?
Yeah, you know what? It was a madness at the start, because Plymouth was like 4.5 hours or 4 hours away
So a
from
bit,
home, innit?
yeah.
So I've literally been dashed in this place. Like I've gone up there with my agent. He put me in an apartment with another player, and it's just like get on with it. You know, I haven't really experienced nothing like this before. Like I was kind of taken aback, because you're thinking you're gonna get like, I don't know, someone's gonna come show you around every. It wasn't really like that. It was just like, okay, you're here now, innit? Um, but I think you get lucky when you're kind of like in a group with good players, and players who are willing to kind of talk to you outside of football, and
Mm.
you know, get to know you, show you about a little bit. So I think I had a player there. There was a player there called Jake Jervis who was with
Travis.
my agency as well. So I ended up having like a few chats with him, and then he kind of like helped me out, showing me where to go and all of these things. So that definitely did help.
Yeah, that's good. And also, you're young at these times as well. You're not low. You're like 20, 21. Just out here in the
Yeah.
streets, like not like a uni thing where you have bare people there, like on your ones.
Do you know what's mad though? That you even said the fact that you bring up uni, it's mad because literally there's so many uni students in Plymouth. So I'm like around that age, but
Yeah,
I'm literally feeling like a uni student because like I don't know how to cook properly. Like I didn't know nothing. Literally,
yeah,
all I knew was football. So
mm,
I'm out here literally feeling like a student. And it was definitely some I had to adjust and I had to kind of learn like a few things along the
yeah,
way, like how to use a washing machine, all of these things,
mm,
but you're also having to concentrate on playing. Yeah, that's the
yeah,
main thing. But what was good about being so far away was that I really could focus on playing. I think you get to that sort of age and there's like some distractions, things going on in like back home. You're allowed to go out now and all of these things. So
yeah,
it wasn't a bad thing, for me, and it definitely matured me as a player and person.
yeah. Also, just a final question. How did you deal with like the clout? Like, obviously, I bought it. There's gonna be girls throwing themselves at you, people trying to like stitch you up in a sense. Like, was you ever close to getting stitched up, or was it just like, listen, I'm trusting what I trust. If I don't know you, I ain't talking to you. I'll keep it to myself.
Um, Not really. Obviously, I've been with my partner from about 20, so um, it's it's not there's not really been haven't really had too many of those occasions. You know what I mean? I'm someone who's a bit like I'm not paranoid, but I'm a bit like I'm always
Watching.
vigilant of what's going on
Mm,
around me. So
yeah,
I've never really got myself in those situations, especially being that age or being so young.
yeah.
Yeah. So I don't really have none of those crazy moments for you, I'd say.
That's good, man. It's good to hear because see these ballers these days, drink, driving, drugs, videos, everything. But it's good to
Yeah,
see.
yeah, it's mad. But I guess obviously sometimes mistakes happen in it, and then
Yeah.
maybe if you learn from it, then you can move on and kind of grow.
Mm. And then you finally leave Palace permanently to go to Exeter. Just speak about like what led you to finally leaving Palace permanently and why Exeter City.
But this chapter here is, yo, I was talking to Jacob about this PTSD. I said to him, I
Yeah.
said, um, no, I'm playing, but yeah, it was kind of a difficult time because I think I came back pre-season and I was just like, I don't know, there was a weird vibe from the club because the manager prior, I was meant to be coming back pre-season, and the manager prior, I think, was Sam Allardyce, and they said
Yeah.
that I was gonna go away with the first team in pre-season. He wants to have a look at me because he hadn't really seen me play or train. So,
Mm.
and I'm thinking, okay, good, let me get myself ready. Come back now, Frank de Boer's manager. See,
Yeah.
Allardyce left, and Frank de Boer was the gaffer at the time. So I'm thinking, yeah, listen, got this legend. Who knows what's gonna happen? Like if I impress him, you know, I feel like I thought he was someone that was interested in playing like promoting youth and
Yeah.
stuff.
From Ajax, he was, yeah.
So yeah, it was definitely like I was thinking, okay, this could be good. Um, and then yeah, we ended up. It got to a point where I wasn't really playing in the games. In the I didn't go away with the first team preseason. Then I was playing with the 23s. Went on a like tour with the 23s.
Mhm.
And these times now, there's still a group of us. There's maybe about 5, 6 of us that are my age, year above, and like one player was like a couple years older as well. And we're at a point now where I think the club's seeing it as we're not young enough anymore to kind of be waiting and waiting and waiting for
Yeah.
us to be ready to play in the first team. So we got pulled into a meeting, and in that meeting, they just said to us, "We've spoken to the manager, and if you're not under the age of 20 or something like that, he
Swear.
doesn't want to talk to you. Don't go and have you can't go and have a conversation." Is that they were like to us, we put everyone's stats on the table, and yeah, like none of you are getting a look in. So there's loads of us, and I've explained some of the players that were at Palace at the time, like a few of us all in the same meeting. I'm thinking, like, there's not even no courtesy of, do you know what I mean? A player who's been there for 12, 13 years or so, and you're chucked in a meeting together to be told basically you're done. So at this point, obviously, I know it's time to kind of find somewhere. And there was like I was getting like strange options coming in, like different teams abroad, but not many offers, like not many contracts on the table. So I was getting a bit frustrated. And at the same time, I'm wanting to go because I feel like I'm not wanted anymore. And fair enough, like these things happen with a year left on my contract. But I'm at a point where I'm like, I don't care. I just want to go. I want to get out. So I had a call from someone at the club, and they said to me, and my dad, they were like to us, if he doesn't leave, we're gonna make him rot. They said we're gonna make him rot if he don't leave. He's not even gonna play in the 23s. And I've still got a year on my contract. I'm thinking, this club I've been at for all these years, you're not gonna maybe assist me or like help me get out. If it's not the right time, it's not the right time. It can happen later on. So anyway, that's been said. And once that was said, I said, you know what, nail in the coffin. Wherever I can go, I'm going. And one of my good friends, Luke Crow, was with me at Palace, with us at Palace as well, and he was at Exeter now. He had moved to Exeter. So he said to me, yeah, like we got to the playoff final last year. Team's good. I'm going to speak to the manager. I'll speak to one of the coaches for you. So after that, I had a call from the manager, Paul Tisdale, and he said, would you be interested in it? And straight away, I was like, listen, if you can make it happen, I'm there, basically. So that's how the move came about.
All right, and just going back to it, because there was been a couple stories like last year about how footballers aged 17 have like committed suicide because they've been released, the mental health. Do you think at the time there was no regard for mental health at that time as there is now for players who are set to leave or being released?
Yeah, no, none at all. None at all. There's no sort of like aftercare. There's no sort of, and it's just the game. It's so cutthroat.
Yeah.
You know, people are turning over. Like, to think even, obviously not to disregard the topic. I know we'll go back to it, but to think that at that time, I had come back from a loan, and when I returned, there was not one member of staff there that was the same. I think no, there was about two staff members or three, who were the same. Everyone else was new. Like, there's staff that don't know my name and that.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? So it's just such a quick turnaround all the time. You know, it's what's the next thing? What's the next thing? So it's like they almost don't have time for that. But I think young players that are getting released around that sort of age, and at any age for that matter, are the most vulnerable, because it's such a big life change. You're either going to now play at a lower level, or you're going to fall out of the game.
Yeah.
And for either one of them, there has to be some sort of support system, because mentally it's quite tough to deal with if you haven't maybe got that character, or you're not built a certain way to deal with it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I'm sure, like, some players who've been released and are not playing at any level, or just doing a normal day job, something they didn't want to do. And at 17, they've just been released, saying, okay, you're not good enough. Bye.
Yeah, there's definitely, I'm sure there's, I know so many players or ex-players, and we don't even have these conversations. Like, you don't have these conversations with a lot of players, because it's sailing ships in football. You're kind of like, you're working with them one day, and then the next day, they're on the other side of the country, or they're doing something completely different to you. So unless it's maybe your real core group of people you might have grown up with from early and stuff, you might not get the chance to really check in and speak to them. But I wouldn't be surprised, like, a lot of those players who maybe have been through the situation might have been through things like depression, might have been through things like feeling suicidal,
Yeah.
stuff like that. And it's I don't know what needs to be done in particular and whose job it is, whether it's the club, whether it's the PFA. And I know there are actually outlets. To be fair, the PFA give you an outlet to speak to someone and get counselling. Um, so I don't know if people are aware, or if the
Yeah.
clubs let people know, okay, we're releasing you. Okay, we're gonna give you this option of this. We're gonna show you can speak to the PFA and get things off your chest if you need to. You know, something definitely needs to be done to highlight more.
Yeah, definitely. Just needs to be more accessible for players who get released or who don't know where they're going to go. Because I think for a lot
Yeah.
of young kids, they don't know. They at first think it's football. They don't think that we're going to be released and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I agree with you completely there.
Mm. But anyway, you moved to Exeter. Now, just a side note, Exeter, they beef Plymouth on a matic. So are you getting heckles from Plymouth fans saying, I walk on, like, why are you going to them, man?
Yeah, they said I'm a op. They said I'm a op when I left. No, you know what? I think at the start there was like, see, I had a few people commenting, snake in the comments and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I think the situation presented itself that way. Like as
Mm.
I explained, I was on my way out of a club,
Yeah.
being pressured to leave, and there wasn't many options
Mm.
because at the end of the day, conversations were had with Plymouth at the time,
Yeah.
and they didn't want to do nothing. So
Fair.
and then you get what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
not.
I
It's
hear
not.
that. I hear that.
I think Plymouth were in League One at that time as well, and that happens as well. Clubs you might have chosen not to return at a time, and they don't want to sign you after that because of that.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, obviously, I spent a lot longer time at Exeter and
Mm.
had a lot of good moments and played a lot of played a lot of good football at Exeter. So I have like very fond times and memories there. They're both great clubs. They're both good. Like they're both similar in terms of they're in Devon, um, family clubs, community clubs, and they embrace you a lot.
Mm.
Because you're there all the time. Like I didn't really come home that often. I was there so much of the time.
Yeah.
So you really feel a part of it at both of those clubs.
Yeah. And obviously, like you said, like this was a permanent move. So like you could find a house there. You knew like, listen, I'm staying here. End of the season, I'm gonna be here at the
Mm-hmm.
end. And
Yeah.
just speaking about Exeter, because I know it's sad, but you get to another playoff final, you play at Wembley again, and unfortunately another defeat happens. What do you think like led to that happening, or like how did you think? Did you think the occasion got to you again, like as in Plymouth, or was it a thing of Coventry were the better team on the day?
Um. Yeah. This one felt different because I think there were a few factors as to why maybe it didn't go the right way, but ultimately it didn't perform as good as the other team. It wasn't a case of we were the best team and we didn't win.
Mm.
Like we literally just didn't play as well as Coventry did. I think everything they did was just coming off as
Yeah,
well. Like I think they hit one in the bins, first goal. Next one, centre back scores,
yeah,
slaps it in. Like everything was just going right for them. Do you get what I'm saying?
meant to
And it
be.
was a case of a bit too little, too late. I think we scored like late on, maybe like the last 15 or the last 10. Um, but yeah, it was mad because I think I had come back to Wembley thinking, yeah, this is the moment, this is the time. Like,
Redemption.
yeah, this redemption is going to be different. And obviously, unfortunately, it wasn't to be. But yeah, I think I might have said to my parents next time round, I'm not inviting no one. You guys ain't coming. I'm going it alone. Something's got to change. But yeah, it's. I think they were really good experiences. Like to be able to play at Wembley. Like a lot of people mention it, and when I watch some people's podcasts and interviews, and some people don't get a chance to play there throughout their whole career, in it.
Mm.
So yeah, I'm definitely kind of I feel like privileged to be able to have played there and say I've played there, but hopefully the next time I play there, it's a W,
Yeah,
not at
hundred
all.
percent. 100%. Like just playing there, it's crazy. Like all the fans,
Yeah.
but obviously the next season you come to like I think a point off the playoffs. Like you got really close
Hmm.
to getting to the playoffs, and like how frustrating is it? Being at Plymouth, you get to the playoff final, you don't get promoted. Exeter playoff final, they get promoted. Exeter miss out on the playoffs by a point. Now, how frustrating is it to get so close, but you can see it, but you can't get it?
It's jarring. Like literally, it's hard to explain the feeling because you just wanna forget about it,
Mm,
but it's bugging you. Do you know what I
mm,
mean? It's bugging you. The one I think when we lost to Coventry at Exeter, when we lost to Coventry in the final, that one made me feel sick, honestly, because I feel like we had worked so hard and the team was good. Like a lot of the players in that team are playing. Some of the players in that team are playing at high level. Um, we had some firepower in that team, and players that were really like at, at really good stages of their career as well.
yeah,
Um, so it's an annoying feeling. I think after the Plymouth one, I was going on holiday the day after. So I was hoping I booked my holiday saying, we're going to win and I'm going away the next day.
yeah,
But I'm on the plane, like just annoyed, innit?
yeah.
Like a bit
Angry.
frustrated. Yeah, like a bit frustrated and just angry. And then when I've got out there, obviously, I've just tried to enjoy myself and not worry about it too much. But yeah, there's highs and lows. And I think you have to just try and not get too high or too low about things, but
Mm,
obviously understand what's happened.
mm. And also, just finally on Exeter, just speak about like how was it with the fans, like the area? It's a good club, like I said, community club. Like, would you say your experience was a really positive experience? They gave you opportunity to play first team
Yeah, yeah,
football at a consistent level.
yeah. I haven't like literally haven't got a bad word to say about the club. Like it's literally you have access to everyone at the club, like from
Mm,
the manager if you want to speak to him about something that's non-football related, the chairman, like they're just everyone's just easy to speak to,
mm,
easy going, and yeah, like I would say I loved my time there, um, and the main thing of being able to have an opportunity to go and play, do what I love, and just play football and show people what I'm about,
yeah,
and it obviously ended up being quite a key player in my two years there,
mm,
so yeah, literally just only good things to say about the club, really.
yeah. So you've done your 2 years at Exeter, and then you moved to link up with your ex-coach Paul Tisdale at MK Dons. How did that move come about?
Yeah, I was coming into the final year of my contract, um, and yeah, I think I had an injury where I was out for a few months, and kind of like had a lot of time to just reflect on what I wanted to do and if I wanted to stay on. And for me, my goal has always been to play at the highest level possible, consistently.
Yeah,
So I just felt that moving to MK was going to be a step in the right direction for my career. Playing at a level above and see playing with a manager who I kind of had played under, so I had an understanding of
mm.
what he wanted also. So it seemed like a good fit, like when upon signing it.
And plus, the manager knows your name this time, the coach.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And like, how was it your first year? Because I think you played Liverpool in the cup, in it. Like you came on that game, packed out
Hmm.
stadium. Like, how was that experience at MK your first year?
Yeah, that was probably one of the better moments in my first year there. Um, Obviously that game I think was in front of like 28,000 packed. I was pissed because I wasn't starting. I was
Can
so
imagine.
vexed because I think I maybe got dropped the game before. Came on and I think done all right in the game before, and then going into this game thinking. I remember speaking to my dad saying, "Dad, I don't know if I'm going to start. I don't know if I'm going to start." This is for me. This is like my cup final, and
Yeah.
then he's like, "No, just like have a bit of faith and this and that." Tells us the team, says I'm not starting,
Uh,
rattled. Like I'm just vexed. But then when the game come about and see, we were, I don't know what the score was at the time when I come on, but came on and just thought, I have to just show him why I should have been playing the game. I just came on, just tried to ball out a bit, and yeah, I think after that game I got back in the team. So
Yeah.
so yeah.
Also, how far in advance are you told the team? Is it like the training session before? It's not like an hour before, like all the fans, is it?
It depends. Depends on the manager.
Mm-hmm.
Some managers from the day before. Some managers tell you literally when you get into the stadium. Or no, not even when you get into the stadium. You get in, then you go for a team meeting, then they announce the team in the team meeting. So pretty much just before everyone else finds out. Yeah, I don't know what I prefer. I think I probably prefer knowing if I'm starting.
Yeah.
But some managers don't like to tell the team early because you might prepare differently. If you're on the bench, you might not prepare properly.
Yeah, you won't train
because you're not
properly.
playing, innit? Yeah.
So then lockdown happens in your first year MK. So that just cuts the season short. And then you come back, and then what happens after that? What led you to your loan move to Cambridge?
Yeah. But um, that one there, this period probably has been like the most testing time so far in my career, just because there was a turnover in the manager, a new manager in charge, and obviously just things not really going great. We were on a bad run of form leading into that, and then I think I played a few games under the new manager, and then obviously come December, January, I think come to light that just wasn't for him, I guess, which happens in football. And yeah, I think in the January I wanted to just I wanted to fight for my spot, but it was kind of made quite apparent that wasn't going to happen. So yeah, I think opted not to go on loan in January, and then obviously the season got ended, got cut off short in the end. Come the summer, things were still just the same. Things were still, it was the same kind of picture. Like gone back pre-season, trained hard, and trained well. So yeah, it was a case of just trying to find somewhere where I was going to be able to play and get regular football, and just be happy playing again. Because think about it, I'd gone about a 9-month period without football. Some people had gone 5 months, but for me it was 9.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So yeah, I was just eager to get out, and in the end, Cambridge was the club that was pushing the most to get me.
And obviously, like Cambridge is known for its uni thing, like not even the football too tough. But how was like the whole city, the fans as always, like the coach, like who believes in you to pick you because you're playing games until your injury, of course.
Yeah.
So like, how was your start to the season?
Yeah, I think I started decent. For me personally, I know that my level can go up still. But like I said, I think it was a case of just me getting back into playing regularly again after so long with no football. And see, that was good for me. But I know that like I can go up a level. But yeah, the good thing is that the manager does seem to believe in me. Obviously was kind of happy to extend my loan because it was 6 months initially. And then we extended it to the end of the season. So he's kind of showed a lot of faith in me as a player, and I think that's when I'm playing at my best, when I'm playing under someone that believes in me and wants me to do well.
Yeah, and obviously we were speaking before how like doing very well this season, top of the league. Like it's very tight. It's gonna be a close run into the end of the season. So like, how motivated are you to like avenge for the promotions that you haven't got this season with Cambridge?
Listen, I'm trying to come for the accolades. I'm trying to, because it's frustrating because right now I can't do anything, other than like support the team and stuff, but I can't physically do anything. while I've been out injured. But when I'm back, I'm trying to just come back and add to the team and kind of help the team push towards getting promoted, because I don't think Cambridge have notoriously been in a promotion hunt like in recent seasons.
They
So
haven't. No.
it's something that it's an opportunity that I feel like we need to really take and not just
Yeah.
let slip, but at the same time not put too much pressure, because at the end of the day, I think that's why we are where we are and doing well, because there's no people aren't getting all antsy and getting
Excited.
there's not too much pressure in the camp. We just everyone's just keeping a level head, keeping calm, and hopefully we can push, man, and try and finish high this season.
And because obviously, like now with the position you're in, I think everyone would be disappointed if we didn't get promoted. And like it will get to, I guess March time, April time. That's where it's like it doesn't matter how we play. The W is important.
Get the job done.
Like what are you gonna take from your previous experiences, and what can you give to like maybe the other players who are there who've never been in this sort of situation where we're in the hunt for a promotion?
Yeah, I think the game management is vital, because you don't want to be. I think this team handles that quite well though, like knowing when to play certain ways. Like we don't play the same way every single week, which is a good thing, as opposed to maybe what I've had in other teams that I've been in. We might have had like a same way of playing, which isn't a bad thing either. But I think that helps in the push for a promotion, I guess. Being dynamic, being able to change it up a little bit. So yeah, I don't know exactly what I would say I'd bring, but just reminding people like not to get too ahead of yourself, keeping calm, like not I don't know, in certain games when it's late on, we might be one up and just clearing the ball, like spooting it to anywhere, like find the pass, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think those kind of things will help us see out games and stuff. So yeah, I think, but collectively, there's some experienced players in the team, and there's players who have played at different clubs, and I'm sure we have enough about us as a team to be able to kind of keep pushing.
Yeah, hopefully we get the job done, and obviously, hopefully the fans can maybe see a bit of the action, because this must be heartbreaking for them.
I know, man.
Winning all the time and just not being able to see it.
They must be stressing right now,
Bro,
literally. Well, it's the same for every club at the moment, but yeah, I'm like I said earlier, like I'm kind of can't wait for the fans to be back, because it makes a big difference. Obviously, I've only experienced the Cambridge fans once, but they've showed a lot of support, like to me on Twitter and online. Like, a lot of the messages, like when I got injured, even prior to it as well. So I feel like it's we've got a good core group of fans, and hopefully they do get to see some part of the push.
Yeah. Also, with speaking about fans in general, do you? Because I saw that article how when you left Exeter, you got abused in that sense. Like, how does that feel to when you get abused? Do you take it proper? Because you've seen recently the social media increase in, like, especially black players just being abused nonsensically for just making errors that everyone makes. Like, how does it feel when that sort of abuse happens?
Yeah, it's a disgrace, to be honest. Like, how you can be abused for the color of your skin, just I can't fathom it. I don't understand. Like, I don't understand someone's reasoning. I think now it's really bad, because there's a lot of people jumping on the bandwagon because they see it's getting attention. They see that someone's going to talk about it. They want their profile, their egg profile, whatever you call it, to be the one that's up on Sky Sports News. Like, I don't understand why people get a kick out of it, and there needs to be some sort of incentives, or there has to be something put towards these social media platforms to say, okay, you're going to get fines. I think they're going to start introducing that or something like that.
Yeah,
I've heard someone mention people creating an account on a social media account should have to use ID to make the account that could be good, so you know who it is, as opposed to someone being able to hide,
Yeah.
And some people do it blatantly; they don't even hide. And I'm like, I don't get it. Like, I didn't even see the thing that was said about me by the Exeter fans.
Yeah.
I know they were obviously happy because I've left, but how can that bring you to now make racist remarks about me? That doesn't make any sense,
Yeah, it's awful. But with the whole like passport thing, I think it's a bit techie putting your details ID on like a platform such as like Facebook, which has data problems, but something has to be done. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
And
I hear
also,
that. Like, obviously, I don't know the answers in it, but so. I think all suggestions are welcome at this
yeah,
time, because at the end of the day, it's not something that's getting any better. Like, it's literally day by day, it's getting worse. And these things have been happening before
been
people
happening.
started talking about it. And listen, I think I played against Lincoln, not last season, but the season before, and I was going over to take a corner, and a fan screams to me, "Go back to where you came from." I'm like, "What do you mean, go back to where I came from?"
Yeah,
I'm thinking, what are you like? What have I done to you? I'm going to take a corner, but you're telling me to go back to where I came from.
fact.
And I think I took the corner and we scored as well. So
Oh,
I just I didn't even bother. Like, I didn't even, I just kind of got on with it, innit? But these things, like, they're not normal. It's not normal things for people to be saying. Like, I think some of these people have an issue. Like, some of these people are sick, because there's no other reason why you'd be doing this.
and it's just the issue. I'm with the whole fines thing. I need to know where the fine money is going to. It best be going towards black businesses or social
Yeah.
initiatives for underprivileged people, not
Mhm.
the FA just eating the peas. But, but anyway,
You know what? That's true as well, because a lot of the time these things are put in place, and you don't really know where some of these things are going. But
mm,
that's something that people that have a voice and have like a big enough platform need to probably be asking these questions,
yeah,
or leading it, and saying, like, where is this money going? Like, it needs to be coming back into the black community, because at the end of the day, we're the ones that are getting targeted for it. So
but
let's recycle that money and put it back in.
100%. Good to hear. Now we'll move on to the flex your knowledge bit, the quiz.
Okay,
Now,
cool.
you say you're a United fan, grew up watching United. Oh, just to explain it, by the way, there'll be 6 questions. The last question is worth 5 points. That's a bonus question. And the first five
Yeah.
questions are multiple choice, and there's a bonus point available on each question. That cool?
Okay, cool. Cool, cool.
You ready to start?
Yeah.
Cool. Question number 1. What
Can I use
year?
my phone?
Huh?
Can I use my phone?
No. You best be look the screen at the screen the whole time. Don't be
I'm
looking
joking.
down, typing
I'm
online.
joking. I'm joking.
Cool. What year did Cristiano Ronaldo join Man United? Is it A, 2001, B, 2002, C, 2003, or D, 2004?
I'm gonna go with 2003.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
2003?
Yeah.
Correct. Well done. Well done.
I know my guy, man.
You're your guy.
That's my
Okay.
guy.
Yo, is he your guy?
Nah, Messi's my guy, but Ronaldo's my guy, man.
Okay, if Ronaldo's your guy, for the bonus point, how much was his fee for the bonus point from Sporting Lisbon to Man United?
How much was his fee?
Yeah. If you get to the nearest
Oh,
one number, I'll give it to you.
oh no. Maybe he's not my guy. He's giving me a headache.
I'll give you a clue. He was the most expensive teenager at the time he signed for United.
2003. People couldn't have been going for a lot though,
You tell me.
because them times there was like biggest transfer was probably like 30 mil, like anyone. Um, I'm gonna say like 7 mil or something like that.
Their final answer?
Yeah, it's a bit more in it. But yeah, I'm gonna say 7 mil.
Yeah, small still. Seven's wrong. It was 12.4 million.
7 mil.
12 million.
Oh my days, I'm a joke. Oh, 12.
Yeah, 12 million, 12 million.
I'm
You
out here thinking, I got it right.
no.
That's not bad though.
Yeah,
That's not bad though.
yeah, close, but yeah, I mean for the deal you got
Not
to
enough.
produce all of that. Yeah. Cool. Number two.
Cool.
In the 2008 Champions League final, remember that one?
Hmm.
Which Man United
Yeah.
player missed a penalty in the shootout? Is it A, Rooney, B, Ronaldo, C, Tevez, or D, Carrick?
Are you trying to give me more options to make it harder?
I'm helping you. Multiple choice.
All right, cool. B, Ronaldo.
Is that your final
I'm
answer?
sure.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, it's Ronaldo.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, I'm locking it. Hmm?
Ronaldo's correct.
Why you guys trying to get me to change? Is it right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's right. It's right. It's right.
All right, cool,
For the
cool,
bonus
cool.
point,
I watched this the other day.
is it? You watched that? Cool. You should get the next one right then.
Yeah, the archives.
Okay. For the bonus point, which
Mhm.
player other than John Terry missed for Chelsea? You weren't watching closely, were you?
Nicholas Anelka.
Final answer.
Yeah.
Yes, correct. Still, you're not bad. Still, you're not bad. You're not bad.
Come on.
Yeah, no car, no car.
Photographic memory, man.
Cool. Question number 3. Oh, which team did Man United face in Sir Alex Ferguson's last ever game? Is it A, Aston Villa, B, West Brom, C, Swansea, or D, Arsenal?
Do you know what? Yeah, I feel like Man United played all the time. End of the season, it's West Brom all the time. I'm gonna go with West Brom.
Is that your final answer?
Ah,
Should we read out options again?
I don't know. Yeah, let me hear them again. Let me hear them again.
Aston Villa, West Brom,
Yeah.
Swansea, or Arsenal?
Can you tell me the scoreline?
I can't because the bonus point question is what was the scoreline of the game?
All right, cool, cool, cool. I'm gonna say West Brom. I'm gonna say West Brom.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Oh, this guy's getting them correct. Well done, West Brom's correct.
West, uh,
Yeah, that's
is
right.
it actually?
Yeah, it is. It's right.
Okay, cool, cool, cool.
For the bonus point, what was the score in that game?
It stinks of like 5-2 or something like that.
Final
It
answer?
stinks of 5-2, but I'm thinking, did he score many goals? I'm gonna say 5-2 because I don't actually know. I feel like it might be that.
You know what? 5 is correct, but it was actually 5-5. Do you remember that game?
5-5.
Yeah.
Bro, 5-5.
Yeah, Lukaku
I
scored
don't
that.
even remember, I actually don't remember the game.
I remember Lukaku bagged a hat trick for West
Was
Brom.
Berahino playing?
I don't know. I know Lukaku bagged a hat trick for West Brom, but I don't know I don't know who else. It was 5-5, yeah.
Yeah, I don't really remember the game, man. I don't know why, but I'll take my point though.
Yeah, you get 1 point, 1 out of 2. Yeah, 1 out of 2.
Yeah, I'll take my
Yeah.
point. We move.
Question number 4. Which season, I'm sure you're happy about this, did Man United beat Arsenal 8-2? Was it A, 09-010, B, 010-11, C, 11-12, or D, 12-13?
Oh, this one's kind of tricky.
Yes.
All right, cool. Let me think. I think I was 15, 10 years ago.
Let's do the maths.
10 years ago. Wait, so what? 11, 12 was an option, right?
Yeah, 11,
Oh
12.
no. It'll be 10.
Say again?
It'll be 10-11. It'll be 10-11.
But final answer.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. I think.
Is
Yeah.
that final answer? Go with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it
It's
right?
wrong. Nah, it's wrong. You should have stuck with 11, 12.
Oh,
That's correct. It was 11.
swear.
But the thing is, to be fair,
Oh, that's jarring, man.
match was in 2011, but it wasn't in the 10-11 season.
See, I knew it was in 2011.
Yeah,
I
but it was
think.
11-12 season. Yeah.
Okay,
And
cool. So I got to hold that L there.
yeah, you got to hold the L still. But there's a bonus point. For bonus point, what was the score at half time in that game?
At half time.
Mm-hmm.
Were Arsenal winning?
I'm asking you, lad. I don't know.
Why are you trying hard not to smile? Arsenal were winning or something, innit? I can't really remember.
Even if I was Arsenal, I'd be happy to be winning and then to lose 8-2.
uh, I can't even lie. I don't even know, man. I feel like it's trying to throw me off, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 2-1. Or was it No, we were bagging from early, innit? We were bagging from early. Was it like 6-0? Let me say 6-0.
My final answer.
Yeah, 6-0.
The next no after way off. Respect my team, Arsenal, bro. Man,
What was the score?
no, you know, at half time.
What was the score?
It was 3-1 to United.
3-1.
Yes,
It's
3-1.
close, man.
That's in
It's
6.
close.
Boy.
Listen, it was 8-2 in the end, so you're saying like I have to respect it or something.
I know, but
But it was
half
8-2 in the
time.
end.
Cool. Yes, true. It was 8-2.
That means we scored 5 in the second half.
True. We know Arsenal, they couldn't.
Nah.
They were tired. Arsenal missed the penalty in that game, remember? At 1-0.
You missed the pen.
Man,
Is that the bonus? Is that another bonus?
No. I'm just.
Hey.
No. I mean, you know what? If I didn't say who missed the penalty, I would have asked you who missed the penalty in that game. You probably didn't even know there was a penalty missed by Arsenal.
No, I wouldn't have known. My memory's not good for that, man. I don't know why.
Memory's on point, bro. Man knows.
Obviously, it wasn't a big game for Man United, innit?
I respect Arsenal. It was a big game for you, man. Still, you man chat about that game till this day. It was a big game for you, man. Question number 5. Since Ferguson left, which Man United manager has had the highest win percentage? Is it A, David Moyes, B, Van Gaal, C, Mourinho, or D, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer?
Highest win percentage.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna say. I don't know. I saw this the other day as well, but I can't remember. I'm gonna say Mourinho,
Final answer?
but it might be Van Gaal. Yeah, I'm gonna go Mourinho, but it might be Van Gaal.
Yeah, Mourinho's correct. Mourinho's correct.
Mourinho,
Yeah.
He's a winner, man.
It's true. He is. And for the bonus point,
Serial winner.
what was his percentage? I'll give it to you the nearest number.
Hmm. 50 something's quite high though, isn't it?
Is it?
56?
56.
56. Yeah.
Is that what you're going for?
Yeah.
So close. 58.
58?
Yeah, Mourinho done his thing. You man disrespected my man.
No, I got time for him, man. I got time for Mourinho.
Mm.
You
But
know,
the
just
football-
he didn't get enough time. But
No, but he was doing a mad thing though.
that's ball,
Martial
innit?
and Pogba were on the bench. He was violated.
You know, oh my dad, this guy, he was team Mourinho out, boy.
Yeah,
He was
everyone
team
was.
Mourinho.
Because the whole
Yeah.
Pogba thing just
He's like, oh, he's not playing the youngsters. He's not playing the youngsters. I
who though?
understand him on that one.
Who actually did you have at the
I
time?
don't know, man. He's probably I don't
Greenwood,
know who he wanted in, but
Greenwood was like a young boy
and
then.
he wanted anyone.
Because I know Mourinho, he like
Yeah, but
McTominay
there's
though.
always youngsters, isn't it?
He like McTominay.
Yeah, he loved McTominay.
Yeah, he was benching Pogba
Mm.
for him. That was, that's funny.
Yeah, but he get 58% win percentage. He's getting the results, kind of.
And the last time you lot won a trophy, he was the manager. Not like that.
That's true. That's very true.
And just to tell you the
Europa
other
League.
ones, yeah, Europa League, yeah. David Moyes, guess his percentage.
David Moyes. Oh, that's got to be like 30 something. That's got to be.
That's his face.
Actually, no, I'm thinking loosely on his name, but 42.
Nah, it's higher than that. 52.94.
So there's not much in it with these man. And to be fair, he wasn't there for that long as well, innit?
Yeah, I don't think he lasted the whole season, did he?
Ah, he didn't.
But
So are they all in the 50s?
Yeah, but Van Gaal's got a worse one than David Moyes, which is mad.
Is it?
Yeah, Van Gaal's 52.43.
Ah, Van Gaal's playing all the youngsters, isn't it?
Yeah, like Martial, who playing Depay. I think did he bring in Rashford? He did, didn't it? He brought in Rashford.
He was playing enough people though. He played like Fosu Mensah, Borthwick Jackson, all of those like young
Jackson.
academy boys, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Played a lot of them, man. Then Ollie's at 56.45. So he's quite close to Mourinho. But yeah, that's number 5. The big bonus question. This is a good out, this question. In 1 minute, when you're everybody ready, 1 more minute, you have a minute basically. You're gonna name me Man United's top 10 highest transfer signings.
Top 10.
Yeah, so the highest 10.
In order, not in order.
I mean, yeah, no, and
the highest 10.
If you did it in order, I'd give you 10 points. But
I think I could. No, I'm joking.
You want to do it?
No, I couldn't.
Okay.
I couldn't.
Plus, this is according to transfer marked numbers, in it. Man might be saying, wrong numbers, but transfer marked. They've given me an order. So whenever you're ready, I'll get the timer up. Let me get up now.
Yeah.
1 minute. Top 10 in any order. And I'm gonna give you the first 10 names. If you get one wrong, you're out. So you can't.
If I get one wrong, I'm out.
The first 10 names.
All right, cool. I'll try.
Cool.
I'll try.
Are you ready?
All right.
3.
Yeah, let me know.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1, go.
Paul Pogba, Angel Di Maria.
Yep.
Ronnie van der Beek.
Yep.
Amad Diallo.
Yep. That's 4 you've named. 30 seconds left.
Luke Shaw.
Yep.
Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Yep.
Harry Maguire.
Yep. That's 7. 10 seconds left.
Martial.
Yep. Come on. 5.
Van Persie. Shoot. Yeah.
Time is finished.
Is that it?
You named 9.
Goodness.
I was laughing because as years and I heard. Okay, you named me 9.
No. Hey.
What?
I thought you said as in you was battering me because like he was a free transfer or something.
Oh no. I said yes and I heard you.
I'm trying to think. So wait, hold on. That was actually 9 out of 10.
You named me 9.
Was
I
that
haven't
actually
said it
9
there
out of 10?
correct or not. I'm gonna get into that.
Oh, okay.
But you can name me one more.
Let me give you one more then.
Yeah, give me one more for 10. Yeah.
Oh, I want to say, I'm miles off it. I think I'm miles off it. I want to say like Carlos Tevez or something like that, but I'm clutching now.
Okay, I'll put him down and I'll put him
I'll,
down.
yeah, who's the new? Who have we signed recently? I can't even think.
Okay, out of 10, you got 1, 2. I got listed 3, 4. You got 5 out of 10.
Yeah, run it up.
5.
Only 5.
Yeah, you got bare wrong.
Oh my!
The ones you got wrong: Donny van der Beek,
Swear, I'm out here thinking
wrong. Diallo, wrong.
Van der Beek's like 40 mil now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but that doesn't make the top 10. I mean, he wasn't. I'd say let me
So
name the top 10. Number 1, Paul Pogba.
Yeah.
2, Harry Maguire, 78.3. 3, I don't know if you forgot him, Lukaku.
Yeah.
4, Di Maria, you said.
Oh my days.
5, Martial. 6, I wasn't surprised. Fred, he was 53.
Yeah.
7, Bruno.
Oh my days. How have I forgot this guy?
8, Wan-Bissaka. 9, this one, Rio Ferdinand was peas when you man bought him. 41 million in like 2000 or something. And then 10, Mata.
How much was he?
Rio Ferdinand.
40.
Yeah, 41.4. Yeah, he was peas.
Swear.
Yeah. And then one Mata.
Bro, that's a lot, you know, at that time.
But look, I think it was a record for a defender for sure.
Yeah, I'll take 5 though.
I mean, you said Van Persie.
I'll take 5, man.
Van Persie for 24 million in the top 10.
Yeah, but bro, you know what it was? I was thinking, all right, I'm at 30 mil region now with like Luke Shaw and them, man.
Yeah.
So who's like around that? That's what I was thinking, but I forgot about a pair of them guys, innit?
Yeah, Bruno.
Why Matter?
Yeah, Matter 40.2. You
Bruno, yeah.
Bruno, I'm surprised you forgot about him.
For who?
What, bumped?
We got bumped for who?
One Matter. 40 M's for him.
Nah, he was active.
Active
he was
when?
active sometimes.
For who? United?
Talisman.
Been active.
Chelsea Talisman.
Yeah, Chelsea was active, but at the end of Chelsea, he was washed.
Nah, man, nah. I still saw something in him.
I don't know what you saw.
Special player.
For who? Not for United. Bro. He's washed. You know he's washed. Come on. He's washed.
David Silva's understudy.
Even Silva the last 2 years was moving washed. I'm not going to get into it because talking to Jacob is one of the best ever. I'm like, chill. He's not better than Fabregas.
Oh, nah, Silva was cold though, man.
Fabregas.
Silva was cold. Like
18 on Fabregas starting Champions League finals.
Yeah, no, Fabregas is fake. But Silva, international, club, whatever you're talking, he's been instrumental. He's been active.
Yeah, he was active. I'm not saying he was active, but he's not Fabregas active. That's my thing anyway.
Nah, Fabregas is a guy. I can't lie. He's done some crazy things. Like he's a player when you actually look at him, he's complete. He can do everything.
Yeah, especially at Arsenal. Them young Fabregas at Arsenal, no one in the Prem can touch him, in my opinion. Not Gerrard, not Lampard. Huh?
Nah, I said at 16 as well.
Yeah,
Fabregas was doing all of this, playing week in, week out. Like that's when you think about it, that's mental. Like
yeah, started Champions League final at like 19, I think.
He should be in school doing homework.
Reals.
Nah, cold player, definitely cold.
Very cold. But anyway, it was out of 15 the whole thing. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of 15.
You're bantering.
I'm being real.
You even said to me you're answering bad questions.
Yeah?
Huh?
What did you say?
You were saying to me, oh, you're answering bare questions, right? How are you getting them all right and that? And now you're telling me 5 out of 15.
At the start, you started well. You got what? You got the Cristiano Ronaldo join United, right? But you got the bonus point of that wrong. You got the Ronaldo, you got number 2 good. The whole Ronaldo missed the penalty, Anelka missed. And then it went pear-shaped from you got question 3, right? but you missed out on the bonus point. That's the thing. The bonus points was what's costing a lot of people.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
you
Boy,
got
so what's the verdict then? I don't know my team.
um precisely not as well as you thought you did. But this is a hard quiz. It's not easy. You know what I mean? It's not
I
easy.
told I told you it's the new age questions, man. That's what it is. You
New
get
age
me?
questions.
The new age questions. I was forgetting the new names. I don't watch it like that no more, man.
Fair. I hear you. Maybe in the future, if you come on, I'll give you old age questions. I'll ask you about the Dennis Law and them man there. That old. If that's what you're watching back then, I'll ask you about them. Busby babes.
Yo, I'm gonna have to get my dad on for that quiz, boy.
Yeah, trust.
Yo,
Anyway,
that's a Dennis Blow, you know.
listeners' questions for you. Cool. Um,
Okay.
what is the biggest difference from youth football to men's football, and why do you think not many players successfully make that jump?
It's a good question. I would say I'd say the physicality, like the speed of the game as well. Like physicality is debatable depending on the level, I would say. Because some like maybe at a high level you don't really come into as much tussles, but these players are strong still. So if they need to, they can use it. Um, but yeah, the speed of the game is probably the biggest difference. Like a lot of men's football, academy football is quite slow and it's passed out from the back a lot of the time, whereas men's football is a bit quicker.
Cool.
But yeah, to the second part of that question as well, I would say I just think that's just how the odds are. From young, you're kind of told only one of you in this age group is gonna make it, and you think that you think, it might be a couple man. Like there's enough players in here that are good that we might be the outliers.
Yeah.
But it ain't. It's not the case. Normally, it's actually quite true to what they say. Like probably one, maybe two in that age group might go on to play professional. So yeah, you really need to just put in that work, man. You know, if you're doing more than the person next to you, you're probably gonna give yourself a better chance. If you take that mentality all the way through, then I think you'll be all right.
Cool. And someone asked, what difficulties have you faced out on loan? And what advice would you give to other ballers who go through the same thing? So consistently going out on loan.
Difficulties when you're not playing, because it's you can go on some loans and you're playing from the jump, you play all the way through, but a lot of loans they're bringing you as cover, not letting you know that you're a cover, but you really are.
Yeah.
And when you're not playing, how your head is, like your mentality towards that situation, I think that's the most vital thing. Because if you're playing this, just keep playing, play well, do what you're doing, you'll be all right. But if you're not, you need to make sure you're still putting in work. Like, okay, you might not want to be there all the time because it's not what you're used to being at a bigger club, let's say, with better facilities and stuff. But you need to train as if you're trying to impress the manager at your club, because that stuff gets filtered back, and just for your own development, you need to keep on improving yourself, I would say.
Nice. And also just on the facilities thing. Now, from where you've been at like Wembley Stadium with the paying changing rooms, and then you're in League
Yeah,
Two now, you go to some stadiums, you're like, bruh, it's a bit peak.
yeah, yeah. It is, but then at the same time, like I've been, boy, doing this league thing from
Early.
2015,
Yeah.
even further back than that with my first loan when I was 17. So it's like I've seen it, so I'm not kind of like I'm not bougie to anything. I kind of, do you know what I mean? I've kind of been around a lot of different stadiums, a lot of different, and you even have it when you're at a bigger team because you might go, what's it called? You might play a team in a cup,
Yeah.
and that's the time when you're involved because you're a youngster.
Mm.
So it's just like, yeah, you just kind of get on with it. I think the facilities that you're the facilities that you use every day is more maybe a thing that you have to get used to. Like you might not have a gym where you train. You know, some clubs don't have it. You got to go to somewhere else offsite. You know, so
Good
it's
gym and
about
that.
keeping yourself. So you might have to. It's mad because I think I don't know if I want to name the club, but
Yeah, don't name.
a club I was at. Like, no, I'm not going to. I'm not going to. But what's it called? There was no gym. There was literally no gym there, innit? No gym. Just like one padded mat that you have to use. You can do your stretching on there and stuff. But you have to go to, if you want to do gym, you got to go like David Lloyd or Nuffield or something like that. They give you access, but it's hard because it's about motivating yourself to keep on after training. People are going home. Not everyone's going there, but you might need to go and do some stretching or do some gym.
Yeah.
That's the little percentages that's gonna kind of probably take you further than the next man, innit? That's what I would say.
Yeah. 100. If you weren't a baller, what do you think you'd be doing?
What I'd be doing, I don't, I don't know what I like to be honest.
Trading.
Huh?
Trading.
Trading? No, 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 no. You got me confused now because I'm not one of these traders. I'm not one of these traders. I've taken an interest into the other aspects. When we're off this, we can talk. We can talk a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I think I'm someone who I don't really like the idea of having to work for like someone. Obviously the profession that I'm in is I'm not gonna have my own football team. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And not even that aspect, like working in a football environment almost doesn't feel like a
Yeah.
job. Like it's what I love doing. But like I feel like I'd be someone who tried to just start a business or, I don't know, just try that way. And I say that maybe I'd get to a point where I need income, so I would have just ended up getting a job. But yeah, I feel like I'm someone who is about like creating new ideas and trying to, start things up. So
That's
yeah.
good, man. Yeah, like own business sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Use your ultimate five-a-side team.
You got me here now, boy. I feel like we're
Now,
gonna be arguing on this as well.
also, it has to be because Jacob, he was trying to say no defense. There has to be a defender there and a goalkeeper. None of this are three midfielders and 1, 2 strikers.
A defender and a goalkeeper,
Has
yeah.
to be defender, goalkeeper.
All right, cool. Let me start from the top first though, because then I can compliment it after, innit? Um, so Messi, got to be in there.
Yeah.
Five aside.
Yeah. 4 man left.
I think it could be Barca, I think it could be Barca. Messi. I don't know if I want Ronaldo in five aside.
Nah, he's not passing to no, he's shooting, bruv. He's shooting
He just
from.
wants to sprint, innit?
Yeah.
Messi, Iniesta.
Yeah.
Iniesta's got to be in there. This is hard,
Yeah, it's not easy.
This is hard. Ronaldinho.
Yeah, he'd be peak on a five-a-side. Oh,
Ooh,
be long.
long. The thing is, I'm thinking Iniesta or Xavi, but I'll keep it as Iniesta for now.
Yeah.
Iniesta, Ronaldinho. So I've got a goalkeeper and a defender now.
Yeah.
Man. I'm thinking Marcelo or Dani Alves, to be honest.
Yeah. Them attacking
Them man,
defenders.
they're on the Jogo Benito thing.
Yeah. 100, I'd have them still.
So it's not to Barcelona. I'm gonna go Marcelo.
Who's the goalkeeper?
And then goalkeeper, I'm gonna go. You can ball. What's that brother that had the afro? Rene Gita. The one that used to do the
Scorpion kick.
handstand and kicks it. You know when someone takes a free kick?
Yeah.
You know about him?
I think who's his name?
I think his name is Rene Gita or something like that. Yeah. He's a Colombian goalkeeper, isn't it? And when people take free kicks, he'll like do a handstand and kick the ball away like a scorpion kick.
Oh, Scorpion, I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that.
I'm gonna go him.
Solid
I
team.
reckon
I would probably take out Iniesta because I think he ain't got no P&P. He'll get bodied on in the five-a-side team.
Intricate play.
We'll get. Man, if I Yaya Toure, he waits him off. Get out.
Oh, you know what?
Yaya.
I think Yaya's another one. Yaya will be harder. He'll be peaking the five-a-side, but I think he wants more space to open his legs up, man.
Yeah.
You get me?
Mm.
You know you want them small guys, man. For the
Messi, I can allow Messi just peak, but yeah, I thought he has to get bodied by anyone, fam. I can't lie.
But what are you saying? The rest of the team good. The rest of the team's calm.
Yeah, Ronaldinho, yeah, he's too skillful. Marcelo at the back. I mean, there'll be no defending. It'll just be an extra attacker and a keeper.
Calm.
I mean, keeper doesn't really matter too tough, innit? If you're a keeper, if you're decent, ain't bothered. But yeah, I'd have Yaya Toure, Henry. I'd have it's Ronaldinho, but just to be different, I'd have Zaha. I feel like he'd be peak on five-a-side, ripping everyone.
Yeah, he's actually a problem on five-a-side.
Yeah, I can just imagine. It's log doubles in every man, but solid team, good team.
No, I feel the team still. I was gonna, I was thinking Robinho. I don't know why, but Robinho, yeah. When you're talking Jogo Bonito and all that stuff, forget about it, man. That man there were kicking ball, no shoes on the sand.
Yeah, them man were cold, but Robinho, he's a forgotten Brazilian. You don't think of him. I can't lie, I forgot about him,
He's forgotten, but I think he should probably be respected a bit more. I think he chose to go a different path with his career. Like, the man there wanted to go back home and that, and like, do you know what I mean?
They want that to go on back home team.
I think it's a Brazilian thing a lot of the time as well. They end up like either trying to get back home or they'll go to just some random club.
Like a South American thing, they go back to their home.
Yeah, man. So, but anyway, each to their own. It's like, I'm gonna ask you a question. Did you see that thing on floating around social media? And it was like, you got 20 attempts to hit the crossbar from the halfway line.
Yeah.
And if you hit it 2 times, you get 50 mil. And if you don't hit it 2 times, you get 40 years in jail. Would you do it?
20 attempts from halfway line. From halfway line, nah. I ain't got power left. From halfway line, I'm not doing that. No way. Halfway, I ain't got.
It's a bad one, isn't it?
From halfway is too far. Can't lie. Edge of the box, man's doing that. I'll get that.
Yeah. I hear that. Even me personally, I think I could do it, but I'm not doing it. I'm not risking halfway line before I'm fatigued after 10.
Do you know what it is? I think the whole pressure of knowing the gel, you'll fumble it. No one's got that mental capacity to deal with that.
Not happening.
No, bun that. That's a good question though. I'm gonna ask that.
Yeah. Use that in the next one, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask that question still. But we probably answered already, but Messi or Ronaldo, I think.
Messi for me, but it's starting to sway,
I'm with you on that still.
Messi's the better player. And I know people always use this example, or use this whole like Ronaldo worked for it stuff. But Ronaldo's thing is he's literally gone to every league and done it in every league. Doesn't matter who. I know he's in like the best teams in those leagues, but he's made them the best. You see Real Madrid without him. Boogie.
Yeah, they're finished
so,
still.
I have to it's slowly shifting. Maybe by the end of their careers, then I'll be able to decide in it. But
yeah, I'm with you.
Who am I to be deciding anyway?
Yeah, I think I'm with you. Messi's the better player, I think, to ever play, like as in ability wise. But I think Ronaldo's legacy with what he's doing, like Ronaldo's still balling out now. Messi this season has been like quite poor in it by his standards. Like I don't think Barca, they're not gonna do well in the league. Ronaldo's gonna probably win the league with Juve. And Ronaldo's done it at European level, innit? The Euros. Even though he missed the final, well, most of it anyway. Messi ain't won a Copa America, Like, that's a bit peak.
Not won it before?
Nah.
He hasn't won nothing with Argentina?
Nothing.
Olympics or something, innit?
Not even like, you might have won the Olympics.
Yeah. Oh, maybe.
But I can't. I might
anyway, I'm not counting that anyway.
That's Olympics. What's that?
Clutching.
They had a respectful thing now. But
no, that's actually crazy. But I think he needs to. I don't know. He can't. Even if he plays in another World Cup, it's not going to be prime Messi, isn't it?
What the one was it? 2 years away. He's finished now, bro. Look at him now. He's walking. You know, man don't run. He's a walker. He's not
He's been walking for
working.
the last 3-4 years though.
True. But like
They-
now he's taking the mick with the walking thing.
yeah. Did you see one time his stats? His stats was like he covered like 8K. Oh no, 6K or something like that. Obviously,
6K,
normally players do like probably between like 9 and I don't know,
10.
up in it.
Yeah, like man like Aaron Ramsey, he was doing like 12Ks every game. Like
But
he's
boy, he probably still scored in that game. That's the worst thing.
yeah, but that's the thing, man. He needs to I can't have done no Copa America thing. Like Copa America, come on, like you got a pat at least one in your whole career. At least
But you know
one.
what? This is the. I know obviously you said you're more messy, but
Yeah.
you're telling me this is the one thing, the one itch that's making you say, nah, it's not Messi, it's Ronaldo. And Ronaldo didn't even play in the final.
I mean, but the thing is, Ronaldo, that's a good point. But end of the day, semi-final, Ronaldo scored the big goal against. I know it was against Wales, in it, but he scored in the semis. And I think in the final, I know he got injured, but the man still won in it.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
true. It's true.
they won the Nations League. I know that's not respected, Nations League. They still
Mm.
won that.
It's
And
still
Ronaldo,
trophies, isn't it? That,
yeah. And even
that's what sums
Ronaldo
him up.
now, yeah, like he's the highest ever champ. You look at his Champions League, he's got more CLs than Messi as well.
How many Messi got? Like 4?
Messi got 4, Ronaldo's got 5, yeah.
5.
And 3 in a row, back to back to back. Fam.
But this is the problem. This is the problem, though. Obviously, accolades and trophies, they do make a difference as to why you're rated so highly in it. But the player he is, it's like, whose playing style do you prefer and who's had the better career, maybe? The better career is Ronaldo.
Yeah, for sure.
But the playing style is Messi. I think that's how you have to separate it, man.
But they kind of go together, innit? You can't you
They
can
do,
separate
but
because
their stats ain't that far apart, innit? So it's like, for me, I will still say Messi because he's so good to watch. Like Ronaldo's gonna stand up front all the time and just like head things in, bang things in, top bins and stuff like that. Whereas Messi's dribbling through like 15 man, and scoring. Like I just prefer that as someone like as a football fan, you know what I mean, and as a player, like I just prefer it. Ronaldo used to do that a bit, but never to like the point of Messi, I'd say.
I'm definitely with you on that. Like Ronaldo, I think the last 5-6 years, he's just been a finisher. He's not. Remember back in the day, man would run past. He ain't on that running thing no more.
On that,
He still
he's
work
turned into
hard.
Zlatan.
Huh? Yeah, he
Turned
still
into
presses,
Zlatan.
but he's just a finisher. Like, give me the ball, man,
Yeah.
shoot from anywhere, goal. And I think Ronaldo's got more clutch goals.
Yeah. I hear that. He does turn up when it matters.
Yeah. Champions League, Ronaldo all day.
Messi does as well, though, man. Messi does as well.
Fam, I can see a lot of Messi fumbles. Recent memory. Remember the Roma Barcelona, Roma Barca, the 3-0 thing, and they were 4-1 up.
Oh, when it got slapped.
Yeah, and then the Liverpool as well. You can't forget that, you know.
True.
3-0.
You know what? He's won them so many games that these 1 or 2, he's won them like, how many goals has Messi got?
I think he's the highest ever Barca, but I think Ronaldo's got the most ever.
Around 700.
Messi? No, I think 600 something. Ronaldo's got 700. Actually, I don't even know.
600.
Definitely over 600, yeah.
Well, think about how many games he's won them if he scored that amount of goals. You know what I mean? So I think the 1 or 2 times where they maybe didn't save the team, you got to give him a blind, man. And what he done to your team that time in Champions League?
What
the one back in the day though, the one when he was on a madness. He was on a madness.
Oh, back and forward. Huh? When he backed forward against Arsenal.
Yeah. That game, that's when I realized this guy is the GOAT.
But Ronaldo's clamped Arsenal as well. Remember the free kick from like halfway line in the CL? The year after. Remember that free kick? Bro.
Yeah, I do. That one was mad. United in the blue kit.
Yeah, and the counter attack after.
Yeah.
Boy.
That goal was at 12 seconds.
Yeah. Bad.
Yeah. We was on smoke them times.
Yeah. Good debate. Okay, who's the most talented players you've played with and played against?
Played with, I'd probably say obviously Wolf is in there. Yannick Balassi
Yeah, Balassi.
is in there.
He'll be good on five side.
I'm, I'm gonna say also I'm gonna say Johan Kabay.
Goodbye.
Obviously, some of the things this guy used to do in training were just mad.
Mm.
I think it was later on in his career when he was at Palace, but like some of the things he used to do in training, I think, right, this guy is hard. And one more person that I know I might have forgot some other players, but
Shout out the rest.
Adebayor.
Adebayor, really?
Adebayor. When this he wasn't in his prime at them times, but I've seen him. I think I watched him play live one time. I think I was in the squad for a Palace game and it was against Spurs.
Mm.
When I say this guy was running the show, and I didn't realize he was like that on the ball. Do you get me?
Mm.
And then obviously when he came to Palace, like big presence, like people almost don't want to tackle him and stuff. And it's another one who wasn't in his prime. It was like later on in his career and stuff. But yeah, that's another guy I would say like in terms of best players played with. And against I'm gonna say Ross Barkley, because I played against him in youth team days.
Okay.
So he would have been like maybe 3 years older than me. This was when I was like under 16s playing with the 18s. And he tore us apart. Like it was ridiculous. That was disgusting. And Dennis Suarez was another one when he was at Man City.
Oh yeah,
he played in a played in a 21s game.
Yeah.
And he destroyed one of my teammates. Destroyed him. And you know them players where like you half don't want to go and press, don't want to press them because you're thinking he's gonna make you. Them kind of vibes. He was moving fake. Moving fake. Yeah, so those would probably be the two best that I can think of anyway.
Oh, Dennis Suarez. He's kind of a forgotten man. Dennis Suarez. That Barca.
Slightly. I gotta give one more shout out as well, yeah, to a person against, and it was youth team days. And he scored a screamer against us as well. Serge
Gnabry.
Yeah, Serge Gnabry when he was at Arsenal. He played Arsenal in the youth team game and he slapped in a screamer against us. And obviously there was a lot of talk because he was like, you know, when them foreign players that are playing youth team, they're like, this guy probably got bought for mills and that, and literally slapped it in. And obviously, look, you see where he is now, innit?
Yeah.
Man didn't know he was going to be at that. I didn't know he was going to get to that point in his career.
Crazy.
But yeah, like he's obviously done really well.
Serge Gnabry, he must have been quick as well. I'm thinking these man quick. Gnabry, scary.
They're ghosting past players, boy.
Yeah. What's it's probably an easy question, but I say apart from Wembley, what's the best stadium you've played at? Like, or your favorite stadium if you have one, should I say?
The best stadium I played at or favorite? The atmosphere's mad at Fratton Park.
Portsmouth. Oh yeah.
Because obviously it was playoffs when we played. The atmosphere's mad there, to be fair. And they've got some sort of rivalry, I think, for some reason. I don't know what it is. They're mad far from each other.
Yeah, I've heard about that because I've searched up. It's called the Dockyard Derby or something, but the distance is not that close.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense, but like obviously I can't say it don't make sense actually, but yeah, that atmosphere was mad. Like you couldn't hear in that. And then another good one was when I played against Stoke. Stoke was a good one. But better than Stoke was, I think, Sunderland as well. Sunderland in League One, and they had bare fans. Like there were so many fans. I was confused. But yeah, the atmosphere was nuts there as well. But them man are diehard fans. So
Them
Yeah,
big Northern, they follow their
yeah. There's a
team.
few good stadiums outside.
Mm.
Yeah,
Uh,
they follow their team hard. So I think that's what makes it a good atmosphere, really, isn't it? When
yeah,
fans are fans are good at it.
yeah. You've kind of answered it, but would you say Portsmouth's the most intimidating atmosphere, or is there other grounds?
Um, I don't know. I'm not even. I'm not sure. What I've played at.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, maybe it might be. Mill's kind of intimidating as well.
Oh,
Mill's quite
yeah,
for
Millwall.
various reasons, but
Yeah, we ain't gonna get into that.
yeah, but yeah, we'll leave that for another episode. But yeah, I'd say potentially Portsmouth.
Cool, cool. This one is a good one. Would you rather be a great player but with a trashed legacy, or a good player but literally next to no one remembers you?
Hmm. Why is the legacy so trash though?
Oh, the example I always use is that the legacy of R. Kelly.
Hey, nah, nah, nah. I can't lie. I gotta just be good, man.
But no, I
I
remember
gotta
everyone
be
forgot
good.
you though.
I'd love a good, huh?
You walk down the street. No, who's like, who's this? Who's my man?
Yeah, but I don't. For me, obviously, I'd want to have a great legacy, but then at the same time, I don't. For me, football is not about like the being recognized and stuff.
Yeah,
It's not really something that I'm like I buzz off. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Um, obviously, fan support and stuff. Yes, it's good. I like it and stuff. But when it comes to like getting recognized when you're doing something or you're out somewhere, gotta be on your tiptoes and that I don't really, you know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I'd say be good and no one remembers me, man. If we're talking R. Kelly,
Yeah, I hear that still. Yeah, it's a fair point. I know that's a poor. But then when I asked some people, to be fair, I didn't give them the R. Kelly example, but they were like, "There's no such thing as bad
being as bad
publicity.
as that.
Bad publicity. I say
Yeah.
you were like you were a cheater, son. Someone like you cheated on your wife and everyone hated you. Say you're like Ryan Giggs.
Mm-hmm.
See what man done to his brother? He cheated with his
Ryan
brother's wife.
Giggs.
Yeah,
Nah, I can't, man. I
everyone forgot.
can't.
Something
You
like
need to
that.
give me a better example, boy.
Right, it's a trash legacy. What's a trash
Some
legacy?
people will take it though.
Yeah, would
Yeah,
you
yeah,
take
yeah.
that?
No, that is a trash legacy. That is. Nah, I wouldn't take it. I can't take it, man.
Oh, it's too much for your integrity.
You say you would take it.
The cheating on the wife,
That's the thing, man. Maybe I got too much integrity in it.
the cheating on the wife.
It's not a
Yeah,
bad
I
thing,
don't
though,
want to
innit?
be known for that, but it's not awful if people want to be remembered for it. But I would obviously I wouldn't do that because you know what I mean, as a loyal brother. But if that was an option,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Black men don't cheat, innit?
Yeah, no, we don't cheat, so this
What do
is
you mean you don't know?
it's an invalid question.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna stick with my answer because there's no example you can give me that's gonna make me say, yeah, I wanna be like that guy. I wanna be like that guy.
Or
So I'll stick with
say
my
say you went to jail for beating someone up. Would you take that?
oh yeah.
You take it. Jail.
How badly would it hurt?
Oh, this guy.
How
How bad
badly would it
would it
hurt?
hurt? Uh, say,
I'm joking. I know, I think I would take it. I'll take if it's not a long stint, I'll take it.
is it? Is that you? Yeah. Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Fair, 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 fair.
That's it. I say that. Boy, I have to do some training. Have you seen Get Hard, Kevin Hart
What is
and
it? A film?
Will Ferrell?
No, no, I ain't seen it still.
Yeah, yeah. Obviously, Kevin Hart's training Will Ferrell to go to jail, innit?
Oh, is
And
it?
he trains him up. Like, But Kevin Hart's acting like he's been jail, but he's not been jail. He's like some any
Whatever,
salesman.
man.
Funny, man. Yeah, that would be me though, basically.
Nah, if that bun jail, fam, 10 times, bro. Jail. A question for you.
What are you saying?
What? What?
Nah, let me not ask. Let me not ask.
Yeah, ask.
Have you had a
Really.
stint with the law?
Nah, not me. Massive. Nah, that's never been jail. Nah, never been jail.
I said bun jail, man. Like, say,
Like I've been there.
boy, you was there like a couple months ago or something.
Nah, man. Nah, but not. God forbid. But I got a question for you. Would you rather, yeah,
Yeah.
say like you're on gang business, you done your thing, you get caught, but you didn't do it. You get bagged. Fair to say, fam, all arrows point to you. 25 years, or you're snitching on your friend who done it. What are you saying?
Boy. I was I involved?
You're involved.
Was I around? Was I
involved?
involved? Like, was I there?
Involved with the whole gang, but in the actual crime you're getting bagged for, you weren't involved.
I mean, I had this conversation with I think one of my brothers or something. Listen, I'm a citizen. I'm a citizen. I'm not a criminal. I'm just a normal citizen. Do you know what I mean? So you can't expect me to be doing honorable man and all of this. Listen, that's the only way I can answer that question.
No, but in this scenario,
but no. To be fair, for me, to break it down, if you're involved, how can you now point the fingers and stuff? Do you get me?
Yeah.
Hold it. If you was involved and part of it, if you weren't there and it's like some random case that's literally got nothing to do with you, why are you doing quite like? Why should you? Do you get me? But I think if you're involved in it, keep quiet because you were involved in it. You planned it. You were there.
I hear that still.
It's easier said than done, though, isn't it?
Nah,
it's easier said than done. Boy, integrity. You see me so far today.
Yeah, integrity, man. Do you have more? Boy, that's why
you're singing on the stand. You're singing on the stand, 100%.
I'm not saying nothing, man. That's straight no commenting. You get me? Don't know about
Yeah.
That's a no comment, guys.
Yeah.
Straight up.
I've heard that one before.
No, you heard that one, yeah. But yeah.
Did you ask Jacob that question?
No, I didn't ask him that still. I didn't ask him that. We didn't get to that. But I asked him about the whole singing. He's a singer.
100%.
Can't lie. Like you said,
he's definitely singing. He'll be like, me. What am I going to jail for you for? That's Jacob, 100%.
A man singing before they get to the station. You know when you're arrested, man's like, it weren't me. We'll see me. He lives at this address. His bank details are blah blah blah. But
listen, it's mad. It's mad.
Yeah. A couple more questions. Is there anything you would change in your footballing journey?
I don't know, I don't know. I think maybe I would have wisened up earlier in terms of what you need to do to stay at a level. In terms of I'm talking about Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
And knowing that I needed to be doing more than everyone, more than what the first team players do, more than everyone, even if they're telling you don't do it, because a lot of the time that was the case. They didn't want you to do extras. I don't know what this thing is, and it seemed like a common theme with a lot of young players. But yeah, I think I would have probably been doing more, whether it's at the club, away from the club, because I just think the more you do, you kind of get out what you put in, I would say, and I've wisened up to it later on, or as I've got older, and maybe that's how it goes sometimes, but having that in me from earlier definitely would have, it could only have benefited me and been a positive.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'd say.
Cool. Who are the most influential people in your life, and what's the best advice they gave to you?
Hmm. So in my life, the most influential people, I'd say my parents. Um, I'm trying to think. My dad has a quote that he says all the time, and it started sitting with me more recently. And he always says people who are successful in life always listen to what people have to say. And I used to banter with my brothers about it all the time. Like
Yeah,
we'll say it like how my dad says it and stuff. And I'm realizing now it makes sense because think about the information you could be drip fed from other people who you want to be like, who are successful. Instead of just going about life and just doing what you're doing, listening, someone who's more experienced than you, someone who's in a better position than you, you're only going to gain knowledge. And if you actually put it into practice,
yeah,
it should kind of give you a good chance of being successful in whatever field that is. So, in terms of what I can think of, yeah, that's probably one of the best pieces of advice.
that's good, man. Good to hear.
Mm-hmm.
And is there any hopes to play international football for Ghana? Your Black Star and that.
Yeah, you know, I've never really been too caught up on it because I know it's one of those things that happens probably when you're kind of least expecting it or when you're just
Mm,
in the midst of doing really well. You know, it's not really something I've ever really pushed for in younger days or whatever. But it's always something I've wanted to kind of experience at some point. You know,
yeah,
and if I can keep improving, have a good run of games somewhere, get into some good form somewhere, it's possible, you know. Like I know a couple of people who have ended up playing international for Ghana. One of my friends, Kwesi Appeal, who was at Palace with me, he was on loan at Cambridge at the time, funnily enough, and got a call up to Ghana. So yeah, if you kind of believe in yourself, play well and doing the right things, it's possible. So I think one day, yeah, hopefully.
that's with your surname. It's not Artemis that you're going in.
Yeah, I know. Easy, innit?
Yeah. And just a couple more questions. What's your like ambitions for the future?
So yeah, um, I'd say short term is just like getting back from injury
Yeah.
and then pushing for this promotion. See, I'm a big believer of like if you speak something out, then it's got a better chance of happening. So, hopefully get this promotion and then just kind of see where things take me, still got another season at MK next year. And yeah, the aim as always has been to try and work my way into the fold and show that I'm good enough to be playing there. If that's not to be, then just have to kind of look at that and assess that come the time. But yeah, just keep improving, keep improving, keep playing better, and yeah, keep growing as a player, I would say, and as a person as well.
Cool. And final question: what advice would you give to young and up and coming ballers like now in football or in any walk of life?
Put the work in, but not just like don't just say you're putting in the work. Like, put the work in, um, and don't regret it. Don't regret missing out on um having time on your side. And also, in I'd say focus on two things that you're best at, and try and get really good at them. Try and perfect them. So if
Mm,
it's that you're good at tackling and uh you're good at passing, for example. Like become the best at those two things. If you're a goal scorer and I don't know, you're good at assisting or passing as well. Like focus on those two things, I would say. Because someone told me once, like, if you can do everything, you're gonna be in the Premier League. If you're really good at two things and you can excel in those, then you have a good chance of being like, let's say, the champ or something like that. So that's what I would say. Give yourself the best chance.
Yeah. And what about for the man who are only good at fouling?
Boy, it's trouble. It's trouble. You need something else. Listen, the thing is, there's so many things that are used in ball that, like, I've seen help someone's career. Being good at talking.
Yeah, leadership.
Managers always want a leader. They want someone who. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's people that have been maybe kept on at clubs because their personality and the vibe they bring to the club. You might not want to be that person, but I mean, all these things are so vital. Like, they're big components. Communicating, speaking, being loud. It's one of the biggest things. Obviously, being a good player and having the talent and ability is obviously very important. But that side of it, I think managers and clubs are always looking for people that are like that.
Thank you for coming on. Like, you've given us laughs, you've given us a lot of knowledge. Your journey is inspirational. Still battling it out. All the best with your injury, and up the what's the Cambridge's nickname? The U's, isn't it?
The U's.
Up the U's.
Amber Army.
Amber Black and the Amber Army. What colour they are? Black and yellow.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Amber. Not even yellow. Amber.
Where's Amber?
Yeah, man. Yeah, Amber Army, bro.
Anyway, up the Amber Army. Big up Cambridge. Big up Cambridge Uni as well. You're done, no? But yeah. Thanks for coming on, and all the best for the rest of the season.
Man. I appreciate it, man. It's been a good talk, man. It's been a good talk, definitely.
God bless.